Today is January 14, 2026. It is 3:22 a.m. This is the first video. So I was looking at something that I posted on my community board regarding Meghan's product that was sold out. I didn't even know she had a product that was supposed to come out. But I saw it when I came from the gym and I posted on my community board. I don't know what is wrong with these derangers. It's like every profit that Meghan makes off of her hard work, they want her to donate to charities. All right, go on that post on my community board so you could see some of the comments. All right, let's look at the background for quick reference. Okay, estimate revenue $176.28. I'm telling you, they're really suppressing my channel. I have a lot to share with you. I'm probably gonna have a video on PYTE because that's where I will be putting tweets that making reference to Meghan's product. Okay, so on this channel we're gonna focus on some of the things that the leftovers are talking about. Okay, this is on the list. Is it here or probably on PYTE? I just put it on the list. So this is the first tweet for this video. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this video. It's a TikTok video. I hate what they did to her and so happy she is where she is now, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. If she never goes back, who could blame her? All right, 1 minute and 11 seconds is a TikTok video screenshot.
I'm no body language expert, but I think it's pretty clear to see that the way that she's holding herself in these two photos means that she's scared, nervous, not comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, just to point out, look at the sea of white faces. I mean, all white, seemingly, in the background, like the sea of white. Okay. Anyway, she wasn't comfortable here. This is the last walkabout that they did with Kate and William when the Queen passed.
Yeah.
And look at her now with her 1,000,000 jars of jam. She looks so much happier, healthier. You know, she's seen the sun. She's been in the sun because she's in California now. And she's literally back to her joy, which is releasing a cookbook, which she did for the UK and she did as a charity and for her patronages. And she's expanding her line of jams and cookware and hostess stuff, whatever she has. And look at how much happier she looks to be away from those people. It's a stark difference, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, the walkabout, I spoke about it when it first came out. I believe Harry and Meghan probably wanted to do it privately. That was during the Queen's death, the funeral. I think Harry and Meghan wanted to do something privately for the Queen. But unlike the other ones, they like performative, they love cheers. So at that time, people were not in a good space. All right. So I think they asked Harry and Meghan to come so they don't get bored. That's what I think. And then they wanted a photo app. Go to some of my old videos on PYTE. All right, let's read some of the comments. Not too much because I don't want this video to be too long. Oh, they will talk about her forever if she doesn't go back, but I pray her and kids do not. Yep, that's an ad. I will applaud her. I think if their treatment of her led to a monetary loss, a significant one, then the attack will stop or at least go down a bit. These people are clearly heartless, so you have attacked their pockets. Okay, then why marry an English royal? Stay home. Why I mean, love is love. When Harry and Meghan met, they were not thinking about all of this nonsense that's going on right now. I mean, what the hell? It's the media who's making all of this negativity, and Harry's side of the family are not standing up to the media to stop.
How much did you, Prince Harry, know about Meghan? Had you seen her on TV?
No, I'd never even heard about her until this friend said Meghan Markle. I was like, right, okay, give me give me a bit of background on what's going on here. So no, I'd never watched Suits. I'd never heard of Meghan before, and I was beautifully surprised when I walked into that room and saw her, and there she was sitting there. I was like, okay, well, I really have to up my game. I have to sit down and and make sure I've got a good chat.
I think for both of us, though, it was really refreshing because, given that I didn't know a lot about him, everything that I've learned about him, I learned through him, as opposed to having grown up around different news stories or tabloids or whatever else. Anything I learned about him and his family was what he would share with me, and vice versa. So for both of us, it was just a really authentic and organic way to get to know each other.
And was that quite refreshing for you in the way that you've been brought up, you know, with a lot of people knowing a lot about you? Was it refreshing?
Or thinking they know.
Or thinking they know.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it was hugely refreshing to be able to get to know someone who isn't necessarily within your circle, doesn't know much about me, I don't know much about her. So to be able to start almost afresh, right from the beginning, and getting to know each other step by step. And then taking that huge leap of only 2 dates, and then going effectively on holiday together in the middle of nowhere, and you know, sharing a tent together and all that kind of stuff. It was fantastic. It was absolutely amazing to get to know her as quickly as I did.
And starting a long-distance relationship, you were working on Suits, so you had, I imagine, a packed filming schedule. You've got lots of commitments of your own. How hard was it to keep things going?
It was, yeah.
It was just a choice, right? I think that very early on, when we realized we were going to commit to each other, that we knew we had to invest the time and the energy and whatever it took to make that happen. And
but in the case of your relationship, unlike for most people, there's this whole layer of what it means to get involved with someone from the royal family. How much of a sense did you have, Meghan, of the enormity of what you were getting into, what it might mean for your life?
I think I can very safely say, as naive as it sounds now, having gone through this learning curve in the past year and a half, I did not have any understanding of just what it would be like. I don't think either of us did that. We both said that, even though we knew that it would be.
Yeah, I tried to warn you as much as possible, but I think both of us were totally surprised by the reaction after the first 5-6 months of what we had to ourselves, of what actually happened from then. So I think you can have as many conversations as you want and try and prepare as much as possible, but we were totally unprepared for what happened after that.
The scrutiny.
Well, all sorts.
Well, I mean, I think also because there's a misconception that because I have worked in the entertainment industry that this would be something I would be familiar with. But even though I've been on my show for, I guess, 6 years at that point, and working before that, I've never been part of tabloid culture. I've never been in pop culture to that degree, and lived a relatively quiet life, even though I focused so much on my job. And so that was a really stark difference out of the gate. But and I think we were just hit so hard at the beginning with a lot of mistruths that I made the choice to not read anything, positive or negative. It just didn't make sense, and instead we focused all of our energies just on nurturing our relationship.
On us, yeah.
On us.
And
There's 3 comments. Okay, I cannot see it. Probably people that are black. Right? What a ridiculous post. One woman's opinion being stated as fact, basic and unqualified to claim about body language. She did say she's not a body language expert, or what she was feeling. This was a walkabout after the Queen's death, and I'm sure it was awkward and uncomfortable for all involved. Meghan was really uncomfortable. If you saw and know what was going on for the entire week, the media was just talking about her. Oh my God. What they did to her, she sat with Oprah Winfrey and spouted out lies after lies about our royal family, all proven to be lies. Oh my God. I didn't finish with her thing, but this is what I wrote. You do know the court is for everyone. The courts are Well, the court, let's remove the S. You do know the court is for everyone. Why not call her to court for defamation? I've seen so far, every court she appears, whether she calls or they call her, she won all of her cases. So I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so that's that. Let's black. What was the other one here? You know what? Let's leave that alone. I did say I don't want to make this video too long. Alright, so I didn't listen to this yet. Public service announcement. Dog Eat Dog Days is here. Better late than ever. 2026 is looking like the year they will all crash and burn. I just need to get my my chair and popcorn. King Charles III, there's all of this. Hashtags. On her way out, don't say that loud. The derangers will be mad. Then Wooton scandal. So what's going on here? 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Screenshot.
This is insane. King Charles is now going to war. So's Queen Camilla. Going to war with Catherine, the Princess of Wales, sending out, Buckingham Palace is actually sending out their shitty attack dogs like Amanda Platel at the Daily Mail to go for Catherine and to a lesser extent Prince William. And it's all down to jealousy. Total jealousy of how they have mishandled the Harry and Meghan situation. But it has been sparked by this magazine cover. Let me show you.
You know, the Harry and Meghan didn't have to be that way at all. Okay? They've been used, they meaning the institution, the royal family, including him, okay, have been so used to of hounding on people, and not too many people fought back. So what happened here is that Harry and Meghan fought back, and then their plan, meaning the royal family and the media in the UK, their plan did not go accordingly. They've been doing this same tactic forever. It's just that not too many people fought them back. Alright, so let's continue.
It. The headline was Arise Queen Kate, the Times magazine over the weekend. And yes, it was a very positive profile piece of Catherine. But this woman deserves it. She deserves it. Look at how spectacular she has returned to the scene after a cancer battle, when lots of people, by the way, including biographers like Robert Jobson, very close to King Charles, were predicting that Catherine would never return as a full-time working royal. Well, I'm now starting to think that that's what Charles and Camilla and Buckingham Palace wanted, because not only are they threatened by Prince William at the moment and his very clear demands to modernise the royal family, they are being threatened by Catherine. And it doesn't make any sense. And I know people are going to think, oh, you're being tough on Charles, and I am. Because you messed up the Harry situation, you messed up the Andrew situation, and now you're treating Catherine as a threat? No, she's an asset.
Oh.
She's your biggest asset. You should be adoring her, not sending out your attack dogs against her. Now, there's been quite a lot of detail revealed about this from the brilliant Tom Sykes, regular here on Outspoken, also the man behind the Royalist Substack. Look at this headline. It's unbelievable. Queen Kate angers jealous Charles. A glossy Times profile hailing Catherine as queen has sharpened royal rivalries and highlighted an awkward reality for the palace. Kate now outshines Camilla by a country mile. Now look, and I would say this to Tom, it's not Kate. The Times got it wrong.
Oh my God, it was painful to listen. I have 3 other, I think, is that the same thing? Some videos about it. If I think there's some tweet that makes reference to this, I'm not gonna play that video again. I'll go to the comments only. Then is Yakma Fluser, who was firmly at the center of the leaking scandal coming out of KP, because William and Kate were deathly jealous of Harry and Meghan, and he has the audacity to go after Charles and Camilla. William and Kate are literally kicking Charles and Camilla off the throne. That would be treason, and years pass. They can't keep their story straight. Not too long ago, they were going on and on about how Charles absolutely adored Kate, and now he's supposed to be jealous. What does he have to be jealous about? He's literally the king of England. Never. It's a new story, weekly depending on whose lips are moving. It's unbelievable. If Temple is sending his attack dogs against KKK, then surely this proves that the royal family do use the press to attack family members, and they did so against Prince Harry and Princess Meghan. 100%. I keep thanking God that Harry and Meghan made it out of there on time. Alright, Christian John and Willie, go fetch your biatch. Okay, let's leave that alone. Okay, I think this is another video, a retweet of that same video. I'm not gonna play it again. Just looking at, oh, no, it's not. Isabel giving us an inside look in Dan's life. During the years, he was yelling Sussex squad every hour of the day. There's the life here. Good times. Isabel is no longer a journalist, read and said to see. Go and join the Reform UK PR department. They need all the help they can get, but don't go on the Talk TV pretending to be an independent political commentator. It's offensive. Okay, so there she is here responded. I really don't care about, she tagged somebody, say about Nigel Farage more than a decade ago. Seriously, a year is a long time in politics. 2015 was another world. When was this? Oh, that was like yesterday. There's the date and time here. That was yesterday. Is this the same Dan we supported when others deserted him over vile catfishing allegation and deserted again when he got fired? The same Dan, she tagged somebody here, and I found a lawyer for and comforted at our department how cheap friends are. When there are clicks to be, okay, it end here. Oh my goodness. People are laughing. Oh shit. Desperate than the creep. Back then, he even left the UK for a bit. Yeah, he did left. Back then, he even left the UK for a bit. Yeah, and then he took a picture with his niece or nephew or something like that. Similar to that other presenter who was under, what is it? I think there was some stuff he did with a young boy. And next thing you know, taking pictures with his, either, was that his mom or something? I don't know. These people are something. All right, let's go to the next one. Crisis management. Oh my Lord. Unnecessary thing. Remember when life was good and there wasn't a need to hire a crisis manager? I had to put this when I saw it because the squad had to go back when life was good, and then now they need crisis management. This is 1 minute and 6 seconds. I think that was during their engagement. All right, there'll be screenshot, okay?
Can I move this cushion?
Yeah.
You're comfortable, we could be here a while.
Well done.
I'm not very good at that.
Very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Very much.
Come and have a seat. You look fantastic.
Thank you. It's not me. Her and her family, I really want to make sure that they have the best sort of guidance and chance to see what life has been like, or what life is like in the family, and that's kind of almost why I have been waiting this long, as I wanted to give her a chance to see and to back out if she needed to, before it all got too much, because I'm trying to learn from lessons done in the past, and I just wanted to give her the best chance to settle in and see what happens the other side.
I'm also glad that I've had the time to sort of to grow and understand myself more as well. So hopefully get to a good job. Yes.
I was hoping they put a video after their wedding when she said, "Are you happy?" I don't have that clip. Okay, I wonder if my Middleton regret her daughter marrying into that dysfunctional family. I doubt it. That's what the response says. Wow, William looks so happy. The last time I saw him this happy and relaxed was during his overseas trip with his friend Jason in 2025 in Brazil. William definitely the crisis manager. What happened? In Rio de Janeiro. Stay in Rio de Janeiro. Yeah, there's all these decades later and still not very good at that. And still using sort of and every other word. Wow. This is what the, was it? Future queen of, Future queen of, I don't know what the E stand for, is going to be like. Oh, England. Too many abbreviation on Twitter, on social media at large. So sometimes you have to know. They don't come fast for me lately. Well, this is what the future Queen of England is going to be like. A future of cue cards and script. There's the laugh here. I remember, okay, whatever's here, that's it. I remember at the time there was talk that Will was pressured into the timing because of the cleaning of London took long for a world watching the 2012 Olympics will also be useful for royal wedding viewers. Same with his dad. Wasn't Charles pressured to get married? From what I've learned is that, okay, you guys could go look it up yourself because I don't follow these people. They said that he had asked several other people before her. And from what I've heard, she changed school to be close to him. There's a lot of things. And another thing as well, when he was in school, he had asked an American Harris, whose name is Meghan with 2 N's at the end of her first name. Meghan with 2 N, for a date or something. She rejected him. So I don't think that ever get out of his system. And then now you have his little brother who married an American Meghan with 1 N. You could know the pressure on him or the jealousy. But anyway, let me finish this. Same with his dad. Wasn't Charles pressured to get married? Well, Charles, from what we know, he wasn't in love with Princess Diana. Alright, when they both look happy and somewhat normal, the hate, laziness, and jealousy is eating them alive, right? That was a royal PR stunt, and the OTT head toss back and manic laugh was a warning of what we will have to suffer. There's the laugh here. Let's leave that alone. Let's move on. This is another video. I don't know what it is about. Something for profit. Okay. So there's that here. The British media and these two nut jobs think Meghan is supposed to donate her as ever profit to charity. Meghan and Harry are paying their own way in life. Unlike the British royal family, Harry and Meghan aren't living off taxpayers. Okay, I believe I respond. Yep, there's my response here. I took the screenshot from one of my videos. So let's listen. 1 minute and 32 seconds. I didn't even listen to it yet. My response was based on the caption.
You remember, Charlie, when Prince of Wales went into this with his biscuits, his Duchy Originals, and they were a huge success. And then he got them into Waitrose, and they really took off. And now he's sold the brand. So Meghan isn't the only one.
No, he's not.
Diana used to laugh about those Duchy of Cornwall biscuits and say they were like eating cardboard. But they've done very, very well. And this, of course.
She said, Princess Diana said, it's like eating cardboard. And then that's supposed to be good. Let me see. Let me move it back slightly.
But they've done very, very well. Say they were like eating cardboard. But they've done very, very well. And this, of course, but the trouble is with Meghan, the King did it for charity. The King, who's Prince of Wales. Meghan hasn't mentioned any charity, but of course it really belongs to Netflix. So it's actually quite a complicated.
She just contradicts herself here. And she's saying it belongs to Netflix. So whatever deal Meghan has with Netflix, we don't know fully in terms when it comes to profit sharing and things like that. So Meghan's supposed to forget about that? Packet everything and forget about Netflix? She's saying here, Meghan hasn't given to charity, as if everything she sells is supposed to go straight to charity. Forget about her security, so forget about her tax that she has to pay, and her house. I don't know if her house is on, how do you call this? When you borrow money to buy the house. I believe I had spoken about this because Harry, when he never had any credit, so they probably they borrow money, even though they probably could buy it cash, but they needed credit. Harry needed to build up his credit, so they probably borrow money to buy the property. All right, so, and that house is not cheap. And then the tax over there, okay, let's look it up. I'm gonna come back to this sometime when I'm talking like this. Other question popped up. Let's look at what is the tax, property tax in Montecito. Did I play? Okay, in Montecito, California, the property tax rate for new buyers is typically an effective rate of 1.1% to, okay, I need a full figure. Do they have a full figure? Okay, let's see here. I skip a lot of things. You could go on Google and ask the same question. Home price, 2 million. Estimate annual tax is $25,000. That's not cheap. $25,000 for 5 million home. The tax is $62,500. 10 million is $125,000. So that's a lot of money. Let's see. How much did Meghan buy? Okay, how much was her? They're probably gonna give an estimate. They're probably not gonna give the exact amount. And then I'll come back and ask what is the tax of that particular price. Okay, how much? Let's see if there's a amount. Okay. Harry and Meghan Markle bought their Montecito mansion in 2020 for $14.65 million. Now, my question, did they have the, maybe it's already there. Current value. So right now it went up. The current value right now is 29 million. So I'm going to take this. Okay. Let me paste that other question. And I'm going to ask the property tax of this. What is the property tax of in Montecito? I don't know if they will give it. Okay, the annual property tax on a 14.65 million property in Montecito, California will likely be between, okay, then I give you the exact, but at least approximately $160,000 and $190,000 annually. This is not cheap money here. That's on top if they are still paying back the loan to purchase the property. That's a lot of money. So these people expect everything that Harry and Meghan are doing supposed to go straight to charity. What is wrong with these people? Okay? This is just a ballpark figure. Even if it was in, let's say, 65,000, the tax would be, it's still a lot of money. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with, okay, let me pause for a second and grab some screenshots. Okay, I've already wrote a lot of things here. This is what I would. These people expect Harry and Meghan to give away their hard-earned cash. Harry and Meghan mansion is not cheap to keep. They have to pay for utility, upkeep, tax, pointing down here. And if they bought it on loans, Harry probably needed to build his credit in USA. They have to repay the loan. Okay, if they don't pay tax, the government will take it. So now the question I'm gonna ask Google is, what happened if people don't pay that their property tax? All right, let me pause and look it up, and then I'll share it with you later. So the question I put here, what happens if people don't pay their property tax in Montecito, California? Because I already had it in part of the question, but I kept it there. It doesn't matter what part of the country, they will take it back. But since we're talking about Montecito, California, I leave it. Let's see. Okay. Failure to pay property tax in Montecito, California result in immediate penalties and interest followed by a lien placed on the property. If taxes remain unpaid after 5 years, the property becomes subject to the Santa Barbara County tax collectors' power to sell at public auction. Okay. They will take it back. So not only do they have to upkeep it, let's say there's a problem with, I don't know, the roof, okay? Things needs to be upkeep. The roof, plumbing, electrical, to maintain that huge background that they have, you know, to clean the pool. All of this takes money. All right, let me grab a screenshot of this and put it. All right, let me pause again. All right, let me paste it. And then that'll be it. All right, so there's all of this. Now we could see the thing here. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle bought their Montecito mansion 2020. That's the amount here. And I purposely put it first and I underline it. And then the next question is, okay, the annual property tax on the same amount, okay? Oh, I should have underlined this. All right. of a $14.65 million property tax in Montecito, California, likely between approximately $160,000 to $190,000 annually. So they need to pay that. And if they don't pay that, this is what will happen. Failure to pay property tax in Montecito, California result in immediate penalties and interest, okay, what I just read a few minutes ago. All right, there's much more. I can't grab all of it in one screenshot. These people are ridiculous. And there's me again here. OMG, did I finish plate? I didn't finish plate. All right, so let me move it back. Listen.
Belongs to Netflix, so it's actually quite a complicated business.
It is. Well, yeah, it's worth mentioning that if we're talking like 20 odd.
Wait a second. There was something they say about Netflix. Let me bring it further back.
Very well. And this, of course, but the trouble is with Meghan, the King did it for charity. The King, who's Prince of Wales. Meghan hasn't.
And this is the King who just got an increase in taxpayers' money. All right? Forget of what these people are saying, but focus on what the royal family are actually doing. Saying and doing are two different things. All right. So, and why they only, well, that's Meghan's project, but heavy benefit from it too. But let's continue.
The King did it for charity, the King, who's Prince of Wales. Meghan hasn't mentioned any charity, but of course it really belongs to Netflix, so it's actually quite a...
Okay, this is where she contradicts herself. All right, they're asking Meghan to give it away, but yet she's saying it's for Netflix. Which one is it? The next tweet that has that, I'll let it play completely because this one I keep on stopping.
It is. Well, yeah, it's worth mentioning that if we're talking like 20 odd million pounds of sales, Netflix would get a large chunk of that, and then she has to reinvest it as well.
But let's not forget as well.
I'm surprised that other guy just makes sense. This guy, he's making sense. Some part of it have to go to Netflix, and Meghan have to reinvest and then pay tax on top of all of these. The tax is very important. Do you know how many celebrities in the USA went to jail because they failed to pay their taxes? Okay, let's look it up. Have there been any celebrities that went to jail for failure to pay tax? Yes, several celebrities and public figures have been sentenced to jail time for tax-related crimes, including failure to pay taxes or tax evasion. All right, so they list a couple of them here. You could pause and read or go on Google to ask. Okay? You don't pay your tax. This is something that the US don't play with. You have to pay tax. You know what? Let me grab that screenshot as well. All right, this is what I wrote. This is something the USA doesn't F around with. Tax. Harry and Meghan have the obligation to pay their taxes. They must take care of their taxes first before they can think about charities. Otherwise, I point down here, plenty of celebrity examples they can go by. These people are freaking ridiculous. Let me write that since I have enough room. Let me pause and do that. My God, I read this and then I wasn't recording. This is what I wrote. These people expect Harry and Meghan to just give away their hard-earned cash. Harry and Meghan mentioned it's not cheap to keep. They have to pay for utilities, upkeep, tax, pointing down there. And if they bought it on loans, Harry probably needed to build his credit in USA. They have to repay the loan. If they don't pay tax, the government will take it. And I have some screenshot about this. So the next tweet that I have this on, that video, hopefully I don't have anything to say. I'll try to let it play without me interrupting. But for now, if I have something to say, I'm going to try to say. I move it back again.
For charity, the King, who's Prince of Wales. Meghan hasn't mentioned any charity, but of course it really belongs to Netflix, so it's actually quite a complicated business.
It is. Well, yeah, it's worth mentioning that if we're talking like 20 odd million pounds of sales, Netflix would get a large chunk of that, and then she has to reinvest it as well.
But let's not forget as well, You know, as Ingrid's right, the Prince of Wales did it, he sold it, it was for charity and everything else. Meghan and Harry are supposed to be standing on their own 2 feet and earning their own money, which is perfectly acceptable. And so if they can sell a pot of jam for £51, best of luck to them.
But then, Charlie, why do they...
Yeah, I agree with this guy. Yeah. And then let's not forget, I didn't even mention security. You think that security come cheap? Oh my God.
Set themselves up as these amazing philanthropic couple if they're not giving any of...
No, that's true.
I mean, apparently Harry did give a lot of money that he made from his book Spare to charity, and no one took much notice of that. But Meghan's is so out there on television. I think some of it should say some of this is going to whatever charity.
Okay. I just don't see where a private citizen is working her butt off to earn, and let's not forget, she has 2 kids. 2 kids to take care of. When they have to go to the hospital, annual checkup, or things probably come up, kids will be kids running around, probably scrape some knees, and let's hope nothing further bad happen where they need to be hospitalized. So many things. Let's not forget about their cars. They have to pay insurance for all of this. These people expect a private citizen to work their butt off to maintain the lifestyle that they have, which is not cheap, and then to just give away their money. We already know Harry and Meghan have donated plenty to charities. But these people are sitting back there just complaining and expect Harry and Meghan to just give away their money. What if I have to tell this woman what to do with her money for lying on national television? You cannot dictate to other people how they should run or use their money that they work their butt off. It's almost done.
Yeah, I'm amazed she didn't insist on.
Oh my God. I already went over some of this. That's why they want her to donate her profit. Her success irritates them deeply. Yeah, that's an ad. I guess the stuff Meghan uses for her products are giving to her for free, not to talk about production costs. That's another thing as well. Overhead costs, salaries, tax, etc. Meghan is running a business, not a charity, with as ever such other nonsense. They are earning their own money. Then Harry just gave $1 million to children, £1 million to children in need. The money is not separate, and they don't know what money Meghan gives to charity. Ingrid Seward is one of those that commented on the Oprah interview before seeing it. That is true. I forgot about that.
We're going to be doing a post-match analysis of Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah, which is obviously coming out in a few days' time.
My name is Victoria Arbiter, A-R, B as in boy, I-T-E-R, and I am royal commentator for CNN.
Richard Fitzwilliams, royal commentator.
Ingrid Seward, I'm editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine.
You've not seen the interview yet, have you? No. No, great. I think we have a fair idea of where the interview's going, and we have a fair idea.
You do, definitely.
Okay, that's a hashtag. Why do you want Meghan Sussex donating all their assets to charity? Meghan and Harry work first to provide for their family, home, and pay tax. There it is. This one was way before me, 6 hours ago. Okay? Taxes, food security, and few years schooling, university for their children. Like all workers, they will donate to charity what they want. Yeah. The Sussexes have their philanthropic arch well. They have to acknowledge what they've done, but will rather not. Hence, this give her money to charity angle. They already give back and know this. This is just bitterness. Most money from a business goes back into it. That is true. Why not demanding the royal family, the crown, return all stolen jewels and other priceless artifacts, make reparation for rampant slavery within royal family, return stolen conquered land to colonies, royal family, that's be Chaz and Bulliam, return all charity fund they have fingered stolen. These two are not happy about Meghan's success, earning a living. Okay. The king did it for charity. It's so bizarre. All right, let's move it. Okay. What these two? I'm trying not to see the other one so I don't read it. The king did it for charity. That's a quote. It's so bizarre. He takes at least $25 million per year from British taxpayers, and that's not even counting the sovereign grant, which is at least £100 million annually. A British tax paying for Harry and Meghan security, their mortgage, their children's education. There's that. Being this worried about people who are funding themselves while the British royal family sucks millions out of the UK taxpayers every year is amazing. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Alright, all the tweet videos that have this, I will keep it in this video and then create another one. So there's another one here. If someone ever tells me what I should do with my money, my right hand will go up either, or there's a punch here, depending on the situation or who it is. But this isn't about me, it's about Meghan. They don't pay her bills, they don't pay for her security. In fact, they are the reason why why Meghan doesn't insist on donating her brand profit. Okay, so let's listen to this. I will let it play. It's the same thing. I'll try my best not to say anything anymore.
You remember, Charlie, when Prince of Wales went into this with his biscuits, his Duchy originals, and they were a huge success. And then he got them into Waitrose, and they really took off. And now he's sold the brand. So Meghan isn't the only one.
No, he's not.
Diana used to laugh about those Duchy of Cornwall biscuits and say they were like eating cardboard. But they've done very, very well. And this, of course, but the trouble is with Meghan, the King did it for charity. The King, who's Prince of Wales. Meghan hasn't mentioned any charity, but of course it really belongs to Netflix, so it's actually quite a complicated business.
It is. Well, yeah, it's worth mentioning that if we're talking like 20 odd million pounds of sales, Netflix would get a large chunk of that, and then she has to reinvest it as well.
But let's not forget as well, you know, as Ingrid's right, the Prince of Wales did it, he sold it, it was for charity and everything else. Meghan and Harry are supposed to be standing on their own 2 feet and earning their own money, which is perfectly acceptable. And so if they can sell a pot of jam for £51, then best of luck to them.
But then, Charlie, why do they set themselves up as these amazing philanthropic couple if they're not giving any of...
No, that's true.
I mean, apparently Harry did give a lot of money that he made from his book Spare to charity, and no one took much notice of that. But Meghan's is so... out there on television, I think some of it should say some of this is going to whatever charity. I'm amazed she didn't insist on.
Alright, so she continue here from the caption. Okay, they don't pay her bills, they don't pay for her security. In fact, they are the reason why she and Prince Harry are paying more money for security protection than they should. They don't pay for her living expenses, and they then invest the time, energy, and money she invested in as ever. But they want to tell her, a woman who lives in the USA, who doesn't receive taxpayers' money or 24/7 security like the royal family, how to live and what she needs to do with her money. Get the F out of here. Alright, evil packet watchers. Evil packet watchers. I wonder what they do with the money they earn from harassing Meghan day and night. It's money ill-gotten. They should give some to charity then. This one pissed me off. Meghan is making her own money to pay her mortgage. There's that. And her bills. Yet they want her to just give her money away. Why? They insist that she's not a working royal. So, meanwhile, William and Kate receive public welfare checks to smile and shake hands. Get the F. There's that here. Me too. I'm furious on Meghan's behalf because those effing racists want to see her, the biracial woman, poor penniless. You don't see them demanding on telling white William, who doesn't pay for his own security, etc., to give away his $30 million of sea income to charity. There's more comment here. I just found out today that Edward tried to do the same thing, generate independent money, and failed. Is it ardent production? So he came crawling back. They thought it would happen to Harry and Meghan. But did they ever underestimate Meghan's natural drive and ambition? Now she taught our Harry a thing or two. Exactly. Why doesn't the Prince of Wales or the King from their large duchy? Alright, they are paying $132 million to the royal for nothing in return. Why haven't they asked the UK royal for a refund? Alright, let's go to the next one. It's the same video again. I'm not gonna play it this time because I didn't interrupt it here. I'm just gonna focus on the thing. Alright, hopefully They did not want the royal family called escapees to live and survive and thrive. The royal cult foot soldiers pray hard that when King Charles black Prince Harry and Meghan from getting security, that they won't be able to afford it for long and will have to come back or just suffer. They marked the idea of Harry being cut off financially by his dad when he first left the cult and said the Sussexes should earn their own money. Now they're paying their own way and they have realized Meghan is making millions from as ever or even just her gem alone. They want her to give the money she has earned away. That's the laugh here. They also pissed off that there is a good life possible outside the royal family cage. Look at how miserable they look. Alright, I'm not gonna play it again. Let's start with the revenues from the duchy. Then as 1,000 plus years, then may the discussion begin about it. Slavery is illegal, but the racist royal voters still fantasize as they're treating Meghan Markle like a runaway. It was never about the tax funding element. They don't want a woman of color having money and luxury. Camilla Tominey looked like her soul was leaving her body, saying Meghan Markle had made £28 million. Oh, I need to see that video of Camilla. It was, okay, it will make me smile. It was on This Morning. Wanted to see Golden Globes Award roundup. Unfortunately, their Rent a Gab shit was on first. Camilla Tominey could barely get the words out that Meghan Markle earned £28 million. Then Camilla Tominey lied that Harry and Meghan got bored in 2022, just spreading derangers lies. Angry that her lies didn't destroy Meghan. There's that. Okay, King Charles' fortune is estimated at nearly £2 billion, while William and Kate earn around £24 million annually. Royal voters should focus their demand on the taxpayers-funded leeches rather than targeting the woman who fled for her life due to relentless media and monarchy targeting. Alright, so there's that here. When was this written? Back in 2023. Revealed King Charles' private fortune estimate at £1.8 billion. Yeah, they don't want people to focus on that. It's so weird. They're taking money from the taxpayers and they're claiming that he's giving to charities. It's like, okay, the money just come from the taxpayers and then touch the king's hand and then go straight to some part of it, not all, to charities. These people are ridiculous. I don't want to go through all of this. I'm done with this. Let me see what the next tweet is, or maybe it will be a new video. Okay. Prince William and Kate Middleton, controversy, habit, and bed. Okay, so that will be in the next video. Okay, I think I posted that on my community board. So that will be on part 2. Alright, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so let me stop and start the next recording.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
for all my life.
You are all in this together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better